for YouTube. Hello there. Welcome to this video. We're going to be playing Blue-White Spirits in the Pioneer Challenge. Deck list is in front of you. If this deck list interests you, and for those that are also watching this live on Twitch, exclamation deck list for the Twitch folks, and the deck list is down below in the description for YouTube. Consider buying from that link. Pretty typical Blue-White Spirits. It's being ported over from Modern, and we are going to be playing it. It has a few interesting cards here. And, yeah. I got nothing else because we're in the games. Let's play some Magic. Alright. That way I can cut that, you know, chat. I'm going to cut that, make that all fancy for them YouTube folks. Why over Blue-White over Bant? Because I found that I was losing more frequently to having mana issues in my testing yesterday. Okay. Well, let's play some Magic. Let's turn this down just a little bit. Alright. Elves. Probably not just straight elves, if I'm very honest. Alright. Nightbot, that is way too early. Nightbot, I can't drink water right now, man. It's not Tuesday. Why are you eating tacos on a Sunday? Because it was the fastest thing to eat. Alright, we're going to leave off on this Sailor. It has Flash. I think I can go ahead and just shock in a Hallowed Fountain here and pass the turn. This is that whole tempo out our opponent thing we talked about. We can tempo, or we can make big spirits, or we can play Smuggler's Copter. So we have Green Devotion, it looks like, as our opponent. This is one that I'm a little bit worried about because we have to ramp kind of above them. Alright. They play a Rikshgar, which basically pumps some stuff up and then makes them so they can actually tap for mana. So what is Pioneer? I've been seeing it mentioned on other streams a day ago, but was not sure. So Pioneer is a format that basically goes from Return to Ravnica forward. We're going to play our Spectral Sailor and take the turn back. Perfect draw. All right, I'm good on mana. So it's Return to Ravnica block forward. I believe it's the block forward. It does not include like Innistrad. It's just after Innistrad and Dark Ascension. And essentially, if you were to take Modern, which is back from, is it 7th edition or a little bit before 8th edition? 7th edition. Forward, it's essentially Modern Light or Standard Extended if you look at it. The card pool's a bit larger. All right, we'll play this Glacial Fortress out. All right, so we have to beat what appears to be a ramping opponent. We have the ability to just Brazen Borrow them, to tempo them. We're only getting in a point of damage. I have a feeling they're going to tap this all down. This is going to be 1, 2, plus 3, 4, 5. It's going to be 5. This is turn non-land permanent. If it's Nissa, we can get rid of that. If it's something else, we could get rid of it. I think we need to be just starting the clock here with a Supreme Phantom. Okay, it was 8th. I couldn't remember if it was 7th or 8th. No problem, Chad. Chad of Tunes. Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and get the clock going on them. Because I have Brazen Borrower, if they just play more ramp, then I can just follow up with another Lord effect. If they play like Nissa or something worrisome here, or I can bounce it with Brazen Borrower. Ideally, I get to play Eagle, draw another land, and go from there. Oh, we do have elves. Actually elves. Okay. All right. Well, I'm kind of glad that I am playing that aggro. A little worried, though. So it's straight elves, not quite Green Devotion. I guess the black is kind of the hint there. Shaman of the Pact is going to be an annoyance. Llanowar Elves. Mystic. Ooh, alright. Here's our land. So they have exactly Shaman in the Shaman of the Pact here. So I can hit them for 3. What I can also do is play like Eagle. If I hit with Eagle, I hit for 5, take them to 12. They return the favor by doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then attacking for a lot. I don't want to be bouncing Shaman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm dead if I attack and tap out, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just deciding how I want to. Either I need to pump to make everything a little bit bigger to discourage them from attacking. Currently, Nykthos is making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's currently making 6, so it could search for another Elvish Clan Caller. If it did that, then they could actually play that out as well and make everything really big. It might be just... I hate doing Brazen Borrower and just not getting the tempo play of next turn with like Brazen and Smuggler. This is a lot of damage though. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be 6 damage plus the attack. As long as it's not another Clan Caller. I think our best course of action here is the Eagle and not attacking, unfortunately. That way we have some blockers here. We can kind of gauge our life total. I'm going to have to probably let Renegade through. But now I have 2 things that could kill elves. As long as they don't have another Lord effect. So I'm glad to have the Azorius Charm over the Smuggler Copter in this matchup. Gonna need some help though. Sideboard. What do we have for sideboard while we're thinking about this? Authority of Council could be something a little bit interesting. The Sky Tether as well. Deputy of Detention would be fantastic here. Just nail this Llanowar Elves. No problem there. They could also be Collected Company. I don't think I'm going to worry about that, though. That is probably one of the worst draws for us. Probably one of the worst draws. Lord Effect, that was only 2 instead of 3 mana. And Shaman of the Pact. At least they're tapping the 4/4 over here. So they're going to go get another Elvish Clan Caller here. Now it's a 6/6. And they have a Shaman of the Pact. Well, we're at 10. I can't imagine I blocked this, unfortunately. Even if I chump block this. Pack. I'm adding a T. Yes, I am. There's a Spell Queller. Kind of needed that last turn. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. Even if I chump block that, I have at most 2 to block. I don't believe we have this. Alright. Elves looks like they take us down game 1. Although they've used every single resource here. And they've had the Clan Callers. Let's go ahead and concede to that. Okay. Teferi feels slow and non-needed here. Deputy is a good replacement for that. It's all the mana abilities. Sky Tether could be interesting. Authority might be interesting. Don't care about the graveyard. They have all creature spells for the most part. Not worth a Spell Pierce. I mean, we could counter some stuff. That's like really high up on the curve. I'd rather be playing our tempo creatures for that. I don't have Declaration in Stone. I do not have Settle in this match, in this build. Those would have been great includes, obviously. We have Deputy, though. Deputy is probably a fine include here. It's another tempo removal and creatures. The Sky Tether as well will stop them from attacking us for certain things. I think it might be a singleton spell, Smuggler Copter as well. Smuggler Copter is an investment of a creature, obviously to loot us, but I think I like my Charm better. I like Sky Tether and some Deputy of Detentions. The Teferi just bounces it and they replay it. So for example, Shaman of the Pact would be pretty awful, where Deputy would be a bit better. Definitely a board in Authority. I mean, I'm just gaining 1 life. That example that just happened, the 7 life that would have happened, I guess it would have undone Shaman of the Pact if I had it on turn 1. Wouldn't I prefer just a Sky Tether to shut down something from attacking me later? Them coming into play tap doesn't really matter. It's not like they have Heritage Druid. It's not available. I believe I won all my 1-drop creatures. I think this is a race game. I feel like if they get the Lord out, they can flood the board pretty easily. Yeah, with this Mana Dorks and just go wide. So I kind of like the Deputies. It's a removal, but it removes a lot more than Teferi would. Maybe Teferi's just better than Smuggler's Copter here. It bounces some more stuff. I think they have enough ETB stuff that it's frustrating to make that swap. We'll go ahead and leave Smuggler Copter in on the play. Maybe on the draw we'll switch it out. Alright, I'd like to play first. Tap land, no second land. I can't keep this, can I? If I were to try to keep this, and I don't hit a second land, we're not doing a lot. We're not doing a lot. I think it's a mulligan because of the 1-lander here. Alright, we have 2 lands. We are distinctly lacking a white source here. This one might be more keepable. Ditch the Selfless Spirit. We have a tempo play. We can use Smuggler Copter here to loot. Once I find my white, I stop something from attacking me. Do I care about something attacking, or do I want more creatures? I believe this is keepable. My opponent kept all 7. It's not a good sign for us. I can't play either, and I'm going to be able to play Selfless Spirit as soon as I draw a land. Maybe the Sky Tether doesn't matter here because I'm trying to be more aggressive being on the play. I'm going to get rid of the Sky Tether. Maybe. Yes. Would look like that. Alright. Let's do it. No turn 1 play. We're going to get this Copter down and get things going. I'm sure it's a Mana Dork. Nice. Alright. Reveal. And I still think I'm going to play Smuggler's Copter here. And pass the turn. We'll use it to loot maybe another land. Or we'll play a tempo play or something. We'll also have Spell Queller, which is something we didn't have last game. 3 mana. Plays this dude again. Alright. Well, I didn't tempo that last time, and then they played everything. Am I supposed to play it this time? Ooh. Now I think no. Now I think it's just Spell Queller. We'll do Spell Queller into... Hopefully land Brazen Borrow Selfless Spirit. Play Selfless, use Looter Scooter. You don't know if I'm aggressive with this hand? Opponent doesn't attack. They have 4 mana up here. Collected Company is a card. Did I just get blown out by a Collected Company here? They didn't attack anything. I think we'll just pass. Alright. We can still play a tempo play as needed. Let's get this Collected Company. Nailed it. Alright. A little bit scary here. I'm sure my opponent can now just dump their hand. But we got the Collected Company. This is the time for them to fire off another one if they have it. Otherwise, they're going to get to play all the creatures. The Dwynen's Elite. Luckily, this is a 2/3. It currently blocks the Mystic. It doesn't block this, and I don't want to give them Collected Company back. If they have a Collected Company, they need to fire it off now, I think. Oh, no. Clan Caller. Alright, this is a 4/4. And Clan Caller. Okay. The floodgates are open. Do I just Selfless Spirit plan to bounce something? If I bounce a Clan Caller, I don't really kill anything, do I? Boy, oh boy. Talk about getting slammed here. Let's play Selfless Spirit and plan to just bounce something here. It's not ideal. Can't even bounce one of these. If I bounce this, they just replay it and they add the mana to other creatures here. They have 6 to do the Elvish Clan Caller again. This is not a good start to our challenge. If only I had a Wrath. I think this is a pretty easy activate this, swing with team. But maybe that's just me. Alright, so they attack with these. No, 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 no. I wanted to activate Smuggler's Copter. Thanks, Moto. Usually it would tell you if you're sacrificing it. Yeah, it feels bad. I was supposed to click Smuggler Copter. We'll block Dwynen's here. We'll loot a Spell Queller. Our record is... Our current record is 0-0. This is the very first match of the day. Though it's not turning out very good because my opponent just got double Dwynen's Elite. I played 5 and I never ran into elves. We'll just say that. Use Looter Scooter here. Okay. Deputy. That's a card. It's a card. Now I'm kind of wishing I didn't bounce the Elvish Clan Caller because then I could Deputy the Clan Caller. It does look like a wrap. They just name 6 and do another Elvish Clan Caller here. This looks like a wrap. Yeah, it does. It does. I don't believe there's anything that gets me out of this. Their board is way too wide here. Let's just plan to flash something in here. They'll replay Clan Caller here. We'll flash in like Brazen or Spell Queller. Not a taco, but a wrap. Why you do this to me? We'll Spell Queller this. They can still go get another one here. Just not this turn, which is nice. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh, do they have Shaman of the Pact here? Yep. Drains me for 10. Even if I block here and here, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. This is pretty good. It's pretty good. My streak with the spooky friends continues. That's all right. That's all right. Let's play some spirits. I've done poorly on this spooky Halloween week. Let's do it. Let's do it. Look at that. Mango Punch is in 25th. You get a Mango Punch. You go first, and we're gonna go last. All right. Gonna help your breakers out. No. We've done it before. There are 237 people. 9 rounds. We're kind of basically have to win out to get anything like a top 8. But we're looking at maybe going for that top 32. That would be an ideal situation. But we'll see. We will see. Got to play them spirits. Let's get a favorable matchup. Fingers crossed. Let's play some Magic. All right, we're against the Urban Pope. We have favorable winds, Selfless Spirit, and a Smuggler Copter. Well, the Copter helps us. I think the hand is reasonable here. I don't see a reason why I can't keep this. Touch slow, but with the Smuggler's Copter, we'll get hopefully something here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. Let's go ahead and keep this. We're on the draw as well. Not the most explosive, but we'll have 3 mana. We can start ditching some lands here. And Copter will get us there, right? That's why we're playing Copter. Uh-oh. Red deck. Red deck. All right. Yeah. It's like in between. That would have been nice in turn 1. Alright, well, we get to play Smuggler's Copter here. And we get to actually be a little more mana efficient next turn with maybe favorable winds and the Wanderer here. Oh no. Nick those from our lovely opponent. Okay, so red deck across from us. I'm thinking it's favorable winds to avoid a lightning strike. Boot up the Sailor and go. I could also use the Wanderer instead, and that way if they have something at like 4, then we can stop 7 mana from showing up. Full of Minotaur. It's full of something. Mildly afraid of whatever it is. Let's play a favorable winds here, and I think it's going to be just Wander. This way, if they have a spell, they've got to kind of go after this. We'll go ahead and crew here. Let's do it correctly this time. And we get to hit for 4. I will loot, and I'm going to go ahead and just loot the land away. Yeah, I'm going to loot the land away. We could play a 3-drop and a 1-drop. I like, actually, the Brazen Borrower here. I'm a little afraid of what they're doing. Mizzium Mortars. Okay, let's counter that. Countered. Okay. Let's Spectral Sailor, crew, and swing. Looting. And we'll get rid of a Wanderer. Go ahead, opponent. We have a tempo play here. We have a protection spell. All right. The Reckoner. The Reckoner. Well, Rattle Chain's in. Protection, that's fine. And then I was going to Teferi bounce this. Swing. Doom. There we go. Alright, so we're against Red Devotion here. There's the first Minotaur. Red Devotion. Okay. I'm worried about doing a Deputy here. I don't see Deputy getting us very far. It just dies to a lot of probably the removal that they have. I think they had a questionable keep, yeah. Smuggler's Copter did a lot there. I still like that we have an Azorius Charm to bounce something. I think either one would have been fine there. We ended up drawing some good gas cards. Favorable Winds did a lot more, and I'm pretty pumped about that card. I almost won a second one after that game. Teferi's going to bounce some stuff, tempo it out. I like that tempoing instead of the Deputy here. I almost just think we run it back. I'm wondering if maybe like Spell Pierce is needed here. They're probably playing things like Glorybringer, so maybe a Sky Tether would also make sense. Like Sky Tether and just get rid of, I don't know. Just get rid of a Teferi or something, or a Wanderer. Maybe even just a Spells Spirit. They did have Mizzium Mortars, so that's a reason to keep the Spirit in. Tempoing seems fine. Lifelink seems fine too. I'm just gonna run it back. I like the idea of a sky tether, but I get this feeling that I'm not gonna need it. Yeah, Stormbreath Dragon's probably that or Glorybringer. We could obviously hit Glorybringer, but Stormbreath we can't hit. Okay, so we have another slowish hand here. My opponent's actually kept 7 this time. I don't know if I like this. It's a tap land, tap land. I think we could do better. I think we could do a lot better here. It's mulligan. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Can I keep all of this? Can I keep all of this? This is a heck of a lot better. Okay. Maybe I'm just like pitching the favorable wins because we have Smuggler Copter again. Yeah. I'm guaranteed my 2 lands here. I like this. I like this starting hand. This feels a lot better than the last one. We have a Sky Tether. They might just be playing Boros Reckoner to try to starve Extinction. We'll see. Any turn 1 plays. Nope. Alright, let's go ahead and play a Wanderer here. I like just slamming this out here. It's sorcery speed. The Sailor can come out later. We'll be in good shape, I think. And I don't believe I'm going to try to save it here. If I draw a land, the best thing to do is probably Smuggler's Copter. Might even just play the whole Smuggler's Copter and pass. Don't even swing for 1. If we get another land here, we could... no, you probably still play Smuggler's Copter. If we don't get a land, maybe I'm like holding up Rattle Chains and Sailor. There's just ways to protect the Wanderer. They probably play Anger in sideboard. They probably do. One moment. The Dragon Whisper gains flying until end of turn. Gets +1/+0, so has Fire Breathing. And Formidable. Create a 4/4 dragon creature token with flying and activate this ability only if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater. Sweet. Alright. Our turn. Ooh. We can hit for 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and play the Supreme Phantom down. I think I'm going to be okay not doing Copter here. We have some plays for next turn, including Sky Tether, including Sailor and Rattle Chains. And having an Anthem effect on our spirits with 2 other spirits in hands feels stronger than Smuggler's Copter. Missifin, thank you for the follow. Getting them spooky follows today, I'm sure. All right, we have a counter if needed be. This feels like just Boros Reckoner. They should attack. We could also just Sky Tether this. That'd be kind of hilarious. Land, I Sky Tether, and then I leave up these. I'm going to take the 2. No fear here. We'll see if they want to Fire Breathe. A Boros Reckoner. Okay. Alright, so we do hit our land. I wonder what I'm most afraid of here. I probably have to leave Rattle Chains open, right? Yeah, opponent's doing some stuff this time around. I feel like it's just Boros Reckoner Sky Tethered and then swing for 3 and leave Rattle Chains open. This way the Boros Reckoner doesn't attack. Their devotion's obviously getting higher and higher. If they try to shoot something, though, Rattle Chains protects it here. And we'll leave ourselves with that Taking them to 14. I like the protection spell here. We also have the counter magic. But if I can put power on the board and defend this. We miss 1 point here because of no spirit coming in and pumping Wanderer. But if I do this and then just have like Spell Queller behind it, or if I have another Anthem effect, I'd be pretty happy. This allows us also to Rattle Chains next turn, play Copter and Sailor if I whiff here with my land. Makes 5. They can make 6 mana currently. Alright, 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. We're not there to making dragons yet. Yet. Boy. Alright, we take 2. Definitely flashing in Rattle Chains here at end step. Oh boy is right. I'm scared. You and me both. Alright, so we put a little more power into play here. Is that enough? It's not going to be enough, is it? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. This is going to add, so it's 2, this is 6 right now. It's going to add 3, it's 9, 10. I get them to 14. I get them to 14, and then they just go, lol. He can block with this dude. He can. He currently can. Do I just have to play the eagle out here and swing with a little bit? They can make a dragon as well. Alright, let's play the line. Let's play the line to beat a dragon. Let's assume that their hand has nothing. I don't think I can chump. I don't think I can chump because Amizium Mortars here kills us. Right? Amizium Mortars does 6. So it's 6 and 12. So let's assume that I have to get in here with probably 2 creatures and leave 2 back. Currently devotion is 2, 4, it's 10. So they have 10, 11, 12, maybe even more mana. So let's go with they have 16 mana here. They can pump one of these for 8, so I'm going to have to leave a blocker back if that's their plan. So they can pump it for about probably 6 to 8. They could also make maybe 2 red dragons. So if they have 2 blockers here after this turn, I have to be able to get past those. Having enough flyers to get past is going to be necessary, I think. I think our line has to be Eagle, swing with Wander, swing with Rattle Chains, leave the biggest body back. I think that just has to be the case here. And that way, if they do go flying, they can't. They don't trade. They just lose their creature here. Does this deck have Star of Extinction? It likely can. We have a pause here from my opponent. I'm afraid of a shock just nailing one of these. The deck does play like Star of Extinction, though. I love this art. It's a really pretty bird spirit eagle thing. Alright, up they go. We can hit for 8. And I think that's what I have to do. They can chump one of these. We take them 4, go to 10. They make 2 dragons here. I almost feel like I have to get in with the Supreme Phantom here, too, to get them to 8. If I get them to 8, how am I winning this? I'm going to put 2 back. If they fly this up and chump block it, then it's maybe good for us. If they don't, they go to 6. Where's my Azorius Charm? I might need it here. Yeah, I think I need the 2 blockers for the Fire Breathers. Wonder what else he has in hand. He has to play a couple extra Nykthoses, maybe. Fingers crossed he has some dead cards, but like I said, if he has just a Mizzium Mortars, he's just like easy peasy. Because it's 6, right? Or is it 4? The scary thing is I'm having to potentially lose my two Anthem effects. But I think it's the right place. 4? Alright. Well, chump chump. This comes in. Plays Mizzium. Makes 10 mana. Alright. We go to 1. And they have the ruins. They don't even have to attack. Boros Reckoner would make the Mizzium Mortar hit my face. Okay. Okay, it's all creatures. It really, really, really is all creatures. Man, do I want these deputies in here? Opponent's creatures? Oh, my bad. Creatures you don't control. I thought it was a board wipe. Well, it would still, like, wreck us. It would still wreck us. Yeah, we were dead either line. So I need them to not have devotion. I need to, like, have them interact with my stuff in order to do this. Maybe Sky Tether is just out deputies in, because we're on the play now. And Deputy, although it can get, like, shocked or striked or Mizzium Mortared, it would stop them from having their necessary devotion. Sleep a Little Druid. Hey, appropriate name for the morning. How's it going? Spell Pierce, Dovin's Veto. I mean, Dovin's Veto hits a few things that they're probably playing. Got off work. Well, our day just started, so. Yeah. We're having to remember some of these older cards. I like Deputies in. I like being on the play now. I could see one of Dovin Veto for things like Anger, Mizzium Mortars. Maybe over a Smuggler Copter. I'm gonna do a one of. If we run into Dovin's Veto and wanted a Smuggler's Copter, then shucks. I'm afraid of just a big, like, Banefire obviously just gets us, but like a Star of Extinction kind of explosive hand. I'm afraid of a few other hands where we're just taking and getting board wiped or something. So the Dovin's Veto and Selfless Spirit act as kind of a similar item here. I've gotten 3 notifications on the phone. It's blinking over here. Get that out of the view. Go away. Go away, phone. Night Radio? Do you have one of those, like, super radio voices? Do you have a super radio voice? Obviously, you can't share it with me, but... Alright, what do we think about this hand? No 1-drop. 2/2/2. Spellcaller and Deputy, which are 2 of the cards we kind of wanted. I don't have to take damage here immediately. I do have to draw a land. Is this tempo-y enough? Is it tempo-y enough? They don't tend to play anything on turn 1, it seems. This feels like it could get there. Mainly due to Spellcaller is going to counter something, Deputy is going to grab something, their Devotion is going to be struggling here, and then Favorable Winds as an Anthem is pretty good. You do Weather? Okay. I'm going to keep this. I feel like he's just doing like the Devotion creatures, so I doubt he has a Devotion creature on 1. Seems to be the case the last 2 games. We're going to go off that knowledge. There you go. You're not invited to Halloween. You're not invited to Halloween, dude. Alright, Selfless Spirit. Go ahead. Pioneer's fun. I'm having the learning curve pain. Having the learning curve pain, if you will. Let's play Wander here, and let's play Favorable Winds. No. Let's play Rattle Chains. So the learning curve, unlike Modern... What is this thing? Alright. Yeah, it's slower than Modern, faster than... Alright, Rattle Chains here. We got to get some pressure in. Got to get that pressure in. Let's name Spirit here. Do you think it will actually be frequently played? I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be frequently played. We're playing to counter something with Spell Queller. I don't see why it wouldn't. Pioneers, it's enjoyable. Alright, so my opponent just whiffs on doing anything here. I think we'll just attack for 3 in the air again. I can hexproof something here if I want to. Feels like a good hexproofy thing to do. Let's do it off of this land. So we don't get the full Anthem effect here, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I am going to increase Favorable Winds here so that if they have some weird, crazy BTE kind of play here, our Favorable Winds will make everything bigger. But definitely think Pioneer will be played. It's definitely being played now. It'll probably be played until the GP, and as long as the GP remains fairly open, I don't see a reason why Pioneer wouldn't catch on a little bit more. I think, what was it, Frontier Historic was a little too far up the curve, and people were wanting a deeper card pool. That's a very good sign. Opponent's stuck on 2 lands here. No reason to Anthem here. We'll just leave Spell Queller up. We should be able to Spell Quell this. And then from here, we should be able to counter any Wrath type effects with Wander. We got it. Opponent got a little stuck on lands there. They must have had Boros Reckoner, or like Anger, or something of that nature. That's the only reason I can see them maybe keeping only 2 lands and something like this guy. I say that, though, they had the 3 mana. I don't know what's on 3 that they wanted, other than they were just trying to remove stuff with a few Abrades. That was their removal of choice. So maybe doing that instead of tempoing themselves out with the treasure token. We got one, though. We got one. We got one. How many rounds? Matches? We'll concede that. All right, we have 2 Supreme Phantoms, a Rattle Chain, Spellcaller, and an Eagle. I think we can keep this. No turn 1 play. You're wondering if 2 Ashen Riders and 1 Cyborg Agent of Treachery would be good? Possibly. Yeah, all the fine-tuning has to happen. Alright, strategic planning. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them into your hand. Put 1 of them, and then the rest into the graveyard. Let's get rid of that BRB screen. Alright, Glacial Fortress here. We will get down just a Supreme Phantom. No reason to really hexproof in Rattle Chains itself. Rather do this. Might be Phoenix. Might be. Throw of the Possibility lends itself to more a Phoenix type matchup. Given the opportunity, I'll get an Eagle down or a Supreme Phantom down this following turn. Hopefully they don't kill this. This thing in the ice. Okay. Ooh, baby. Brazen Borrow is kind of a funny one. Can they play 4 spells? I'm thinking no. I think this is a perfect time to get Eagle down. And then, like, following turn, Brazen Borrower. That way I'm even larger than life. I'd be hard-pressed that they can bounce everything. But if they can, then so be it. Then so be it. I can then Brazen and Rattle Chains, or Brazen and Supreme Phantom as well. I would like to... Okay, my other match started. This is the Reanimator one. We could just say, oh, cool. That's a pretty sweet hand. Too bad. All right. Back to Spirits. I don't want to double Q. All right. We missed an attack. That's why you don't double Q. We'll see if it matters. We'll see if it matters. They could opt here at end step. Okay, they're going to opt. They're at 17 now. They'd be at -2. I hope this one doesn't cost me the game too. We'll see though. We can see opt, shock, shock. We'll hope it doesn't cost us the game. Fingers crossed. Avaros. What's up? Tap more mana, tap more mana. Oh, second thing in the ice. Awkward. Awkward. Chart a course here. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. Okay. So it's probably Supreme Phantom here, and then bounce the 2. Hope they can't do this with the other one. So they'd be at 2 less life here. Let's just do this right now. So they'd be at 9. They'd be at 9. We're presenting lethal. I think we're still... We're actually, ironically, not presenting lethal here. So if they get a turn to bounce stuff, then it gets awkward. Just got to work eating breakfast. Alright, 2 mana here. Tormenting Voice. They're trying to get this to flip. I don't blame them. Land is the best card for us currently. Would allow me to Spell Queller and Rattle Chains. Opt. Don't have a red shock. Don't have a red shock. Challenge is going alright. We're 1-1. 1-1, we've punted already in this game. They should be at 9 life. No! Steam Vents is almost surely a spell here. Tapped. Oh. They have the Whiplash anyway. Okay. Teferi off the top. Alright. Teferi Bounce Horror is actually not a bad idea, because otherwise I'm having to chump block anyway. Alright, we'll play Teferi. We're going to go ahead and bounce this. We get our land, so I could shock in here. Let's go ahead and shock here and play a Supreme Phantom to get things ready. Now we can play Eagle into Rattle Chains, or we can play Supreme Phantom into Spell Queller. I don't think the bounce is too bad. They have to replay that. They can obviously kind of go at it again. If they decide to play something like a Phoenix instead and swing, then I can Spell Queller it, but Spell Queller the Thing in the Ice. I just imagine they replay Thing in the Ice and just keep going at it. We're going to probably have to leave like Rattle Chains available to chump block. Hey, Evan, are you planning to stream later today? Thinking the Ice is probably feasting in this format? Possibly. Possibly. The opponent is thinking. Avaros is streaming later, so if you want to catch some punts, you might want to check him out. We're going to fix this light up here. I think it's this one. Nope. I'm playing blue-white spirits. Let's make it blue. And I'm wearing orange, so you know. Light fixed. Alright, replay Thing in the Ice, replay Thing in the Ice. Pioneer if I can rent Teferi, Modern if I can't. This Teferi? Why wouldn't you be able to play this Teferi? They're discarding something here with like a Tormenting Voice. Boom, roasted me. It's a weird blue, isn't it? What color should this be? Oh no. We lose. Treasure Cruise. Treasure Cruise. Oh, the Delve? Yeah, they were thinking about the Delve. Okay, I can... Funny enough, I'm exactly at 7 here. 7, and they need 3 spells to flip and kill me. Can chump. Might be chumping. Swing for 1. They'd be at figuratively 8. That blue's bothering me. It should be something else. It should be something else. How about a light blue? There we go. There we go. That's better. It's like blue-white. Alright, we are attempting to uptick Teferi here. Attempting. It's difficult, though. Switching that dice. When you switch that dice from here on 1. Oh. To 2. It's a lot of strength. It's a lot of strength. Alright, let's go ahead and swing for 1 here. We're going to leave Rattle Chains and Brazen Borrower open to be Flash Gem. Opponent went to the toilet. Opponent said sorry. They're sorry. They're sorry, everyone. They're sorry for playing Treasure Cruise. Borrower can't block? That's fine. We can Spell Queller and Rattle Chains. Realistically, it doesn't really matter. I just need 2 jump blockers. And then I need 2 jump blockers. And then I need 2 jump blockers. Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna let that go because I don't want to lose a creature here. And actually, this attacking, I put this into play, play Supreme Phantom and Eagle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This blocks. So I actually needed to Spell Queller that. So we punted twice in this matchup. We most certainly punted twice. We should have Spell Quellered the Phoenix and we would have been fine. Yeah, we forgot about the Phoenix. What? All lands, they say. Wow. Wow, we did not. Show chat? Sure. I just said 18, thanks, Moto, because I skipped over. I said sorry about that. No spells, all lands. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to say. I can't even. They should have had that. Treasure Cruise. I mean, let's all be very, very fair here. We punted twice, and then they had 6 lands. We didn't deserve that. Alright, what are we doing? Spell Pierce, Dovin's Veto here. Cleric is interesting. Deputy is interesting. Everyone's freaking out. Lucksack. Yeah, I'm a Lucksack. I might be a Lucksack and a half. We misplayed twice. Alright, how are we winning this? Come on, people. We need to focus. Golly. Alright, Sky Tether seems bad. I kind of like the Spell Pierces. I kind of like Dovin's Veto. Cleric might not be necessary. I'm not too worried about a Phoenix necessarily. I'm more worried about the thing in the ice. I guess Dispute could counter some stuff too. So if we're doing that, do I not want Looter Scooter here? Just like Sky Tether and Looter Scooters are out. I can dispute the thing. It's true. I'm on the draw. I'm out of time too. We're just doing it. We're doing it. I kind of want a Deputy in here. I want that over a Selfless Spirit. And let's go! Man, that was the worst sideboarding. Lesson. Don't sideboard like this. But draw awesome like this. Keep. Let's go, Thing in the Ice. Coming for you. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Couple Spell Quellers here. Gonna Mystical Dispute that Thing in the Ice. Not even gonna wander here. It's not worth it. Thing in the Ice ruins us. I'm just gonna bash it. Our opponent doesn't deserve this. They don't deserve this. They don't. They really don't. Can we be honest here? They do not deserve this. Oh. Shock it in. Let's go. Counter, counter, counter. Baral. Thrill. I think I have one turn here. Let's play Eagle here. Let's swing for 2. I think I've got a turn here to then Spell Queller, Spell Queller. If all goes wrong here and they get a Thing in the Ice in play, then we can Brazen Borrower it. Or Petty Theft. Opponent has lots of stuff. They're not gonna Past in Flames me. That's not a thing. Spire Bluff Canal. Nothing? Alright. We're good from here. Hit for 5, pass turn, hit for 5, pass turn, hit for 5, pass turn. We'll get a Spell Queller in there at some point. We have Rattle Chains to protect if they do something that's a removal spell, and we have Spell Queller to counter if they just slam a Phoenix or something. We're way ahead of our Thing in the Ice opponent here. Not deserving. This should be going to game 3. We'll see, though. I've just said that. They'll just Anger Shock next turn. And I'll cry. Anger Shock, something uncounterable, you know. Then we'll cry. Maybe the spooky gods have blessed us. Throw the possibility. I think this is actually worth a Spell Queller here. If they have the removal, it's unlikely to be at 4 here. This prevents them from drawing the cards, and if they have to cast this anyway, they won't actually be able to pay the additional cost here, right? All right. We're wishing our opponent good luck because there is absolutely no reason we should have. And our opponent's a good sport too. I mean, they could be going completely off. We were a bit upset about our Moto click through. But this opponent is easily the MVP of the night. Yeah, the dispute really probably screwed them up a lot. That card is that card was solid. Unplug that. All right, next match. You don't like this giant glare? If I turn this off, watch this. Now I go all dark. Can't see me because of the backlighting. Because of the backlighting. All right. Perfect, nearly perfect example of what I was talking about with having unclaimed territory and Mutavault. If this was Judge's Familiar, this hand would suck. I'm going to keep the hand. Hand seems reasonable here. This is going to come into play tapped, but I can name Spirit here. We'll be all right. But nearly a perfect example of why Judge's Familiar would be bad here. All right, Watery Grave tapped. All right, we'll name Spirit here. And I'm going to go ahead and play the Wanderer. Sorcery speed. Counter something. All good. Okay. I like being justified sometimes. What do we got here? Thought seizes me. That's fine. Not gonna counter that. It's dumb. All right, so if they take Supreme Phantom, which is what I think, we'll probably get Looter Scooter down. Attack for 1. Oh, they take Looter Scooter. Okay, and they might have removal for the Phantom. All right. Let's go ahead and play the Phantom down here. And then swing in for 3. We can counter something. Maybe a 3-mana spell. And if we don't, then we have blue-white, and we can play either Selfless or Rattle Chains here. Okay. Thought Erasure. Seems fine. I'm going to go ahead and leave Wanderer here. Both of these cards are fine to be playing next. They take my Selfless Spirit, and they Surveil 1. Fabled Passage. That was a lot of hand control. Alright, I don't get to Spell Queller here, but I get to Rattle Chains. And I'll hit them for 3. We are going to hope they don't have some sort of nastiness here. Ojutai is in the grave. Where's Brian? Good catch. We're going to just pass the turn. That's one of those areas where I think I screw up. I believe I screw up a lot more than I should. This looks like a nice place to just probably Rattle Chains. We'll just rattle chains here, giving this hexproof. I could also just sacrifice the Wanderer here. What's nice here is that we actually, by doing this, have the ability to make Wanderer a 3/3 off Sailor to counter a spell in case they do like another one of these with 2 mana open. Why didn't they get white? Maybe they're a Reanimator. They need the double black for Hero's Downfall. This is what we were talking about a little bit earlier about Standard's going to be whatever they do for it. Pioneer is going to probably be 2 mana colors for the most part. 3 is going to be pushing it from time to time. Hexproof. And now we hit for 4. Yes. It will depend. I think they're going to be a little more cautious about what they print, Chad. But for now how it is, I still think 2 colors is a little bit smarter. Okay, this definitely looks like a make some counters. I'm also a little bit interested in maybe the Remorseful Clerics. Simply put, my opponent appears, in my opinion, to be playing some nastiness. Sky Tether's interesting. Ojutai is hexproof, but after it attacks, I could Sky Tether it. They didn't like Smuggler Copter. Teferi seems excellent. This is the matchup where like Spectral Sailor probably begins to come out here. So this would like give us 5 options here. We're gonna get like Disputes, Dovin Veto, or maybe Spell Pierce here. These 5 first. Azorius Charm feels a bit awkward here, so I can bring in a Dovin Veto for that. Kind of like these. I'm wondering if I need to worry about the graveyard. Thought Erasure, Surveil 1, put an Ojutai in the graveyard. Are we going to try to reanimate stuff out of the graveyard? Gosh, that seems odd for them to do. Seems odd. I like actually just like removing this and bringing in like counter magic. It's true. It could be just strictly Delve and a top end Ojutai just as is because they're control. We could be looking at Tasigur kind of shenanigans. Gurmag Angler, stuff like that. And so being able to just disrupt some of the hand disruption might be important. And it also looks like they're going to maybe have some sort of sweeper after sideboard. It's Esper's Dragons. I mean, if that's the case, I'd probably want Sky Tether, right? Over Spell Pierce. Maybe draw up a Dispute because they are blue-black. And leave a Sky Tether in just in case. We'll try that. We'll try that. The Night Veil Spectre that's blue-black says it's Esper. Take care with languish, yep. I mean, they could definitely be delving too. Definitely be delving as well. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. Got a message. Alright, what kind of hand do we have here? We have a Spell Pierce hand, which is a nice card to have. Got some nice 2-drops. The Selfless Spirit's actually a nice one. Opponent starts with 7. I'm kind of inclined to keep this. We can lead off with this Island. If we're able to lead off with the Island here, that'll be good. I can see this deck in general could run Force of Negation if we'd like to. We have a lot of blue in it. No turn 1, that's nice. Well, we have a Wander and a Spell Pierce. Let's go ahead and play the Wanderer. This guy seems to always show up turn 1. Let's get that guy out. Might be just Thought Erasure, which I just have to let go, I think. Nothing. Okay. Well, we'll name a Spirit here. And it's time to attack. Nice. So we have a counter in the form of Rattle Chains. We obviously need to be very careful about something like a Languish. Languish ruins our Selfless Spirit here. Opponent shocks in. Blue, blue, white. Teferi. Yeah, no. 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 Oh, is Force of Negation not... Force of Negation is... I didn't pay attention when the things were printed, guys. Guys. Alright, I think we need to go slow and steady here. Slow and steady. This is where I would just pump something into play like the Eagle, and I don't think that's what I want to be doing. They haven't used a removal, no hand disruption. Very afraid, very scared. Much fear. Cool. We'll name Spirit again here. Just take it easy. He has white this time? He does. He does. Eagle as a Spirit is good? Yep. Gonna play the nice slow game with our opponent. How do we want to deal with this? I can actually Mystical Dispute this. I can Mystical Dispute this, or I can Rattle Chains it. I could even Spell Queller it, though I don't think I want to Spell Queller it. I think Mystical Dispute is a better card for a Wrath. So we probably just Rattle Chains. Protect, and then if they have something like a Fatal Push here, they can Mystical Dispute it. Or not a Fatal Push. Fatal Push wouldn't work that way. Some silly stuff. My brain's sideways, don't worry. As long as my brain is sideways, we're good. Chain, please. Easy peasy. Wrath is Verdict, so it doesn't matter. Wrath could be Languish. It could be Bontu. It could be whatever this is. Bonus Teferi? The worst. Alright, they get rid of my Wander. Alright, so we have a Glacial here. I think it is now time to play maybe Selfless Spirit. Leaving up Spell Queller, Dispute, and Eagle. If I do this, I mean, they're down to 3 cards here. Kaya's going to gain just a little bit here, but I can also kill Kaya here. Not flashing in Selfless Spirit? Oh, shoot. It's a next level play. No, because I have to leave Spell Queller up, right? Well, then I can just play at instant speed. Spirits have flash. This is the punts I was talking about. The complete imperfection with being able to play Magic. This is why I have 2 years in Blood Moon prison lists. I'm gonna tell you right now. Because dang, I need them. Alright, what are we doing here? Countered. Let's just hammer time now. Let's just hammer time. All the way. All the way. We're playing straight into that Wrath. My body is ready. My body is ready. Take 7, opponent. Drunken Duncan, what's up? Oh, never mind. My bad. You were talking to that other dude. Are we doing it right now? Are we doing it right? Now we're figuring it out. Now we're figuring it out. Oh, and we had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here, so it didn't need this, but this plus then Spell Queller. We're figuring it out. Starting to feel good. Starting to feel good. Phantom, favorable winds, lands. How are we doing in the challenge? Let's go find us. We are now 3-1. 237 player challenge, meaning 9 rounds. We're probably close to out of a top 8 contention, but I'm going for the top 32. That is our goal. We got to probably essentially win out to get close to the top 32. It's going to be a 9 rounds, so I'm going to look to be 8-1 or 7-2 is the goal. If I even get 6-3, I'd consider it probably a win for the day. But we'll see if we go that far. If we just bomb out, we'll drop and play a few other. All right, go ABRB thing. Let's play some Magic. 10 seconds. We had a good conversation. I like this. Chad and Sly. Werewolf coming in. A lot of new faces. New faces. Let's give you guys some howls. You know, welcome you guys, the new faces. You wonder which creature has been the most damaging one? Probably Supreme Phantom. Or actually Maelstrom Wanderer, because it gets down. Attack, attack, attack. Attack, attack, attack. Alright, we'll keep this. We got a bunch of 2 drops here that we like. We don't always hit the 1 drop, but I don't think we have to be so aggressive to hit the 1 drop. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Alright. We'll just play this tapped. Go ahead. Jeskai Colors. All right. Well. All right. Here's a general question about spirits. So now that we remember that Rattle Change is that whole flashy, is it better to play a Supreme Phantom here, or is it better to play a Rattle Chains at end step? I feel like it's better to put Supreme Phantom into play, and then the following turn Spell Queller or Rattle Chains at end step. But maybe I'm wrong. So Rattle is the better play? Is that because I don't expose anything? And then I can just play at end step because my opponent appears to be maybe some control matchup? Interesting. So it's not better to play Supreme Phantom down in this meta, assuming that's not a lightning strike across from us, with the intention to protect it with Rattle Chains on a removal spell or Spell Queller? Change at end step is more damage and everything gets flashed then. Fair. But is Supreme Phantom more damage over time because then on their turn I'm attacking for 1 and have protection plus a counter? Part of me wants to just slam the Supreme Phantom here. I really do. I just want to slam it. I'd be very curious. I would like to know the correct play here. I'd almost clip this and send it to Kat as an opinion. You guys are getting my opinion. I take my opinion and take it to Kat, being the Spirit Queen, right? So, a lot of people have said Rattle Chains. I personally want to play this Phantom. You've seen a lot of censors around. Go with my gut. Alright, my gut tells me let's play Phantom here, and we'll just see what happens. Who said censor? Ban them? Alright. Saheeli Ra. Alright. Okay, opponent. I see you over there. Let's play a little magic, shall we? Scries. Playing Mutavault here. If they go for Cat, counter Cat, boot up Mutavault, play Supreme Phantom, smacka smacka. That's the intention here. Alright, so at end step, we're going to do what all you fine folks said to do. Rattle Chains. I'm kind of getting a chuckle out of this because I think there's the whole meme across the internet that Twitch chat's not very good at backseat gaming, etc., etc. But Hot Dog probably would have helped there. Alright. I believe we just attack here for 2 and pass the turn. Probably at Saheeli here. I need to leave up. Spell Queller. At end step, I can flash in like Eagle or something. We gotta play that flash game. Censor. Cycles. Alright, I did terrible with Saheeli Rai Cat combo. Let's see if I made the right choice today, playing Spirits over Cat combo. I believe we're both 3-1. Let's see. It's only a matter of this match that decides whether I made the right choice or not. Alright, we're going to try to play Eagle out here at end step. If I had another blue, it'd be nice. Uh-oh. Our turn. All right. Well, I guess I'll attack in here. Needing another blue, really. Let's go ahead and get rid of Saheeli, or attempt to. Okay. How much is this money? How much is this on Magic Online? I don't know because I didn't buy it. It's a dig through time. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine, opponent. I don't know because I rent my cards for the most part. If I really, really enjoy a deck and get tired of renting it, I do splurge and buy the deck, which helps expand my collection so that I can maybe one day reduce the total on my rental service. But if we do this, it'll give us an idea. So the deck list supporting is a way to support me through TCG Player. The second one is a Stream Decker list. Yes, you can rent if you have a rental service. The second one, though, will tell you that it's roughly 300 tickets, which is $300. If you're got none of it, roughly. But yes, you can also rent cards through things like Card Hoarder, I think, has one. Mana Traders has one. If you want the Mana Traders one, I think I can give you my referral link if that interests you. Yeah, Teferi is actually yes. Looking at this list, there's a Detention Sphere. I can hexproof something if I want. Looking at this, really quick, where's Teferi? Teferi's 138 of it. Drop 2 Teferis and get something else. All right, so D-Sphere here, going after Rattle Chains. I feel pretty safe just attempting to hexproof this. Then they have a D-Sphere. Got another D-Sphere here. Follow on D-Sphere would be rough. Alright, a little rough here. They get 2 Rattle Chains here instead of 1. Well played, opponent. Well played. Alright, now my stuff doesn't come in at flashy speeds. I don't have a way to interact with the Detention Sphere. That was well played. If I played the Spell Queller, they D-Sphere, the Spell Queller return, get the other D-Sphere, and get this anyway. So I was going to lose both anyway. I cannot have this be played. Sorry, opponents. Don't have a way to kill my Spell Queller, please. I would like to continue playing at flashing speeds. Hieroglyphic, okay. Okay, we got there with that. Censor. Gosh, I need another blue source. Come on, deck. Let's go ahead and attack for 5 here. End step, we can play a Sailor in, but I really need... Really need another blue source. Supreme Verdict. Can't be countered except by Spell Queller. I believe I have lethal here through Supreme Phantom. Could be wrong, but we'll give it a shot. Supreme Phantom here, booting up the Mutavault. And if the math is correct, sideways. All right. Hey, blue source. Amazing. Wonder how the Queller holds all that verdict? Well, let me tell you. He has this little capsule. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, there's that bag that has like everything in it. There's this in a lot of fantasy things, but the bag that you can just pull anything out, that's what he's got. You'd be surprised how many, Nicoboluses he has in there. Ice Twist, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. All right. This definitely feels like a Spell Pierce, Dispute, and maybe even Dovin's Veto matchup here. Doesn't feel like a Sky Tether, although I'm sure Ojutai is their top end here. The Charm also feels weak. Nice. Nice Ice Twist. I wonder if Deputy of Detention makes any sense here. They didn't have too many removals. They just had the Supreme Verdict. Pithy Needle is not a bad idea either, although it's just a fairy. It's just a fairy. I have my own Teferi, which I'm definitely going to leave in here. Yes, Authority of Council stops the combo, so that's where we wanted to be. All right, that's first. That's why we have this. I'm thinking I want to get rid of Smugglers, Azorius, and Sky Tether here. This tempo's out for something like a Saheeli or something else. Brian, not there. It's all right. It's Feldor Cat. We remember Saheeli. So Authority in here. I think Dispute can come in here. I'm thinking a Spell Pierce isn't a bad idea either. We may not need the favorable wins to win this one. I could bring in another Spell Pierce or a Dovin Veto. I'm going to bring the Dovin Veto in. I don't think I want the Pithy Needle. We'll run it like this. I don't think I want the Pithy Needle, although they can do that Authority. It might be an odd choice. Alright, I like the hand because I have Selfless Spirit. I dislike the hand because I have no interaction. We'll probably keep it, and if my opponent stumbles, we'll do good things. But we need them to stumble. That's a great one off the top. We'll go ahead and leave Spectral Sailor up and make it look like I've got that nice Pierce. Did they ever make a counterspell that says can counter spells that can't be countered just to be confusing? I don't know. Would that be uncounterable or not? All right. We're going to play the Sailor at end step. If they would like to counter this with a Censor, that is completely fine with me. Sky Tether hasn't actually hit anything so far. Alright. Selfless Spirit and Supreme Phantom here. I'm going to hold up Brazen Borrower here. When they play... Well, when they play Teferi here, I'm going to really hate myself. But if they play Saheeli... Oh, it did. It hit the Boros Reckoner. If I play Supreme Phantom, they counter that. It's probably Selfless Spirit. But they're probably going to they're going to counter whatever. So what do I want to keep? Supreme Phantom maybe behind the Spell Queller and the Brazen Borrowers maybe where we want to be. So we'll play Selfless. They're going to counter this. This will get a counter out of the way. That way Spell Queller will be good here. Looking to get through that counter. This will encourage them to play something down. If it happens to be Teferi, we're in trouble, but if it's Saheeli, we'll be a good shape. At least that's the intention. Alright, we're looking good. We have Rattle Chains now. Supreme Phantom, Spell Queller. We will just pass the turn. We have much flash. We can avoid another Censor here. It is a Saheeli Rai. Do I want to Spell Queller this? I could Spell Queller this. If I Spell Queller this, then they just Supreme Verdict us. So we're just going to flash in Brazen Borrower, probably. Yeah. We'll just look to attack it. I think this should be fine. They haven't really shown me anything on 1 mana. So Ice, you play a lot of spirits. Let's play a Mutavault out here. You play a lot, so we have an expert. Good. Good. We need that expert knowledge. A lot of options, lots of lines. This is that whole tempo aspect that I'm struggling with. So we could... You like the counter here? It's too much draw. But what if I hear this out? So if they do the draw thing, fine. But if they uptick it, it shuts Supreme Phantom off. At end step, I Rattle Chains and I Supreme Phantom. Rattle Chains, Supreme Phantom, play land, up the Mutavault, and swing in. Oh, we have a disagreement. I like Queller for the Supreme Verdict. I think that's how they beat us here. I think they know we have it too because of the way we've paused here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Land will let them Supreme and Censor, but we'll have 4 mana. Censor seems to be their way to do this. I think I like this just coming down. If they want to uptick, I think they're going to downtick though. I think they want to downtick here with the intention that, hey, Jace is going away. They do. All right. An opponent separates these cards. So let's give them Supreme Verdict or Guardian Opt here. So Queller's good for the Supreme Verdict here. I think it has to be just Supreme Verdict or Guardian Opt. It's a pretty good downtick here. I'm gonna do it this way. They could always opt and then try to cat bouncing this do another downtick as well. Prep things. They kept Supreme Verdict. All right, at end step, Rattle Chains and Supreme Phantom here. Dang, it's Teferi. The opt helps find it, but I think I could beat them. So if I attack with Mutavault here, this means that we lose to land, Censor, or Supreme Verdict. Currently I have 1, 2, 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. So what I probably do here is just pick Jace off and hit them for 7 and leave up Spell Queller with extra mana here. Yeah, I have lethal already. So we'll attack like this. He's playing Force Spike. Yep. He's playing this card. We've seen this card a lot, so we're going to just chill with our opponent. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 technically. And yeah, at end step here, we could potentially just draw a card if we'd like to. Might not even need to do that. So we went with our gut in game 1. It's been a little bit of a mixture, and I still think we found a better line with letting Jace resolve than quelling it. The funny thing is that you guys suggested both lines. Ultimately, it is my decision. Alright, opponent does not find a land here. Oh, yeah. I think we're good. Boot up Mutavault, swing in. And we're not going to even draw the card because I just don't want something weird happening at end step. There's no reason to. We're looking at, we have Spell Queller plus we have Mystical Dispute here. So they decide to Izzet Charm here. Is this worth it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is this worth attempting to dispute this? If I dispute here and they have a counter spell, they have the Supreme Verdict in hand. They need white mana to do this. They can just pay 3. They could. I guess, yes, they can just pay 3. We could Spell Queller, but I think we'll let that resolve. We have it next turn. Assume they Supreme Verdict here. We can attempt a Spell Queller. It's double white, though. There we go. We got there. Didn't need Teferi. Had the Spell Queller. It's looking good. Looking good. Nice. Second Spell Queller and an Eagle coming. Nice, nice, nice. Cool. He was dead to Mutavault too? Yeah. What we would do at end step, Supreme. End step, we would attempt a Spell Queller. If they have Censor, then they get the Spell Queller and are tapped out, we Mutavault. And if they didn't have Censor and had some way to bounce 2 creatures, then they live a turn. But we'd probably force that. There we go. 4-1 with the Spirits. Time to tap that plate and play 2 mana. Oh gosh. And then I'll gain 3 life. Alright, let's see if we can keep this going here. We are on the draw. Sound is good, right? It's gonna cool my food. Alright, we have a few too many lands here, but I don't think it's a... I don't think we can, not play this. I think we can keep. We can play a Port Town just tapped or something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's play an island here and pass. Let's not give our second color away just yet. Alright. A blue-white versus the blue-white. This makes white humans. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be like White Weenie aggro or something. Could be Boggles. Oh no, Boggles needs green, right? Okay. Let's just play the long game. Feels like aggro, but they didn't play anything here. All right. Look, they have this card. That's fine. Selfless. Now everyone's been telling me play Rattle Chains then Selfless. Is this not the right play here? Not when I have a Lord. I had a Lord last time. Alright, well I've already committed kind of this direction, so let's go ahead and play Rattle Chains here. I had a Lord last time. We've caused our opponent pause here. Do you have a Spell Queller? Syncopate. I'm glad I didn't play the Lord effect. Just get the Lord down past turn. Splam Lord. We splam the Lord. Alright. Looking alright here. I think we can wait here. Attempt a Spell Quell or something, then Selfless and Supreme Phantom here. You think it's a Selfless play here? I think waiting a turn here is fine. We're not overcommitting to the board. My opponent's doing nothing here. Yeah, we'll wait. My opponent can do something at end step if they want. Draw 2 cards. It's probably fine. It doesn't impact the board. Oh, that's a good corn dog. We did let them. Following turn here, we can like Supreme Phantom and Spell Queller, or Selfless Spirit and Spell Queller. Haven't decided which one I want to do. You like Selfless over the Supreme Phantom? We could do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Keeps our eagle alive. Leaving counter magic up. If they want to syncopate this for a bunch, I can. Alright, so we have an absorb here. So we have the option to counter this. And eat a Wrath. Or play the slow game again. The Wrath won't kill us. Because of the Selfless Spirit. So we counter this. Counter this, and then we have a lot available to us. Most Wrath effects are going to be Destroy. He has no more blue mana. I mean, if I counter this, then I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power on play. I feel like this is just an easy counter. So where are we at? Yeah. There's a lot of division here. They could also, like, D-Sphere or something. I think it's going to be just a Queller for me. That's what I'm thinking. I can counter the Verdict here with the Selfless Spirit. Should be in good shape here. Do I fear Elspeth and Teferi? No, because they're all 3's power. Elspeth would be 4. Besides, Spellcrawler's not stopping Elspeth anyway. So here's Teferi. So what are they going to do? Just bounce? It doesn't do anything if they bounce. But no, I don't fear this guy. All right, they bounce our Spellqueller here. Which is all right. Obviously, we don't get to Spellqueller at instant speed anymore currently. Well, but I can ping this off. All right. So they have a Seal Away now. All right, we'll play Port Town in here so it's untapped. We have 1, 2, we have 6 mana. So if I play... Yeah, I have to kill Teferi if I want to do any countering. I could just play Selfless here. Kill Teferi with 1. Probably just kill both, honestly, and then I have Spellqueller up. And if I do this off of Selfless Spirit here, then we're doing all right. Let's go ahead and kill both here. Kill Teferi, kill Narset here, and we'll pass it right back. Now I have a Spellqueller. I can pretty much play anything I draw here too. So it's Spellqueller, Supreme Phantoms are all available. We have the Seal Away. It's an annoying card. Alright, so Seal Away, targeting this here. It's fine. I'm fine with that. We have another Anthem effect, so we're good. Supreme Phantom here, hit them for 6. We do not have to do anything. Yeah, that's their choice. Chemister's Insight, that's fine. Opt. Opponent's panicking. They are panicking. End step, I could play Sailor in, and I could draw with it if I wanted to. They can double Verdict me here. I might just sacrifice Selfless Spirit if they do the first Verdict and leave up Spellqueller for the second one. We'll be presenting 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Makes it a 2-turn clock with Spellqueller open. Seems reasonable. Take another bite of food. We're going to eat this food all the way through this. Okay. It's Teferi. Can't do anything about that. I might draw a card. We'll see. Untap him. So in response to the untap, play this in. See if I can bait them with anything here. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think there's anything at instant speed that I'm worried about. Could be wrong. Here we go. Couldn't counter that anyway. Couldn't counter that anyway. Dig through time, beefy spell. Seal aways a selfless spirit here. That's fine. Get another Lord effect and another Lord effect. So that's a Lord, that's a Lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's play the Eagle here. They're F6. And swing. Slam win? Oh, I don't want to slam win it. That was pretty good. Nice. All right. Dispute, Dovin Veto. This one's probably a Pithing Needle matchup. Spell Pierce is interesting as well. We have some seal aways. Deputy of Attention might be a thing. Look at that GG. Look at that golden GG. All right. Sky Tethers are out here. I still think that Looter Scooter is not where we want to be, nor is the Charm. These are usually my first picks here when we're playing against Control. I like these 8. Oh, the winds. You don't like the Anthem effect? Yeah. That would give me 7. I could do something like this, or I could do like double pierce, 1 Pithing Needle. We're on the draw. Take 1 land out. I've had trouble with lands. I'm not going to take a land out. Yeah, they were on a lot of Planeswalkers. Obviously, Spell Pierce gets around that too by not letting them have the Planeswalker. The Spell Pierce also, they hinge around Dig Through Time. I would actually fire off a Spell Pierce potentially at a Dig Through Time. I would consider that. Honestly, I think it's just these 7. I don't think we want to overboard here. We need creatures to kill with, and I don't see any reason why we can't do this. The full Lords too much? No, we want the Lords. That's how we kill them. I like these 7 in. That's my take on it. I don't think you want to super overboard here. And we have to remember there was like seal ways and stuff like that. Alright, so this hand's a bit weird. We're probably keeping it due to having what creatures we do here. But we are going to need a blue land for this Spell Pierce at some point. We have a lot of blue in the deck. Spirit. They did not show any verdicts or settles currently. All right, Port Town here. So we can do leave up Spell Pierce. We can do Brazen Borrow here. We can get to Spell Queller. We have the flashing of the Sailor. I'm thinking we don't need to be landing a Selfless Spirit just yet. We'll go ahead and attack in here and we'll leave ourselves up for flashing and something. Oh. Pause everything. Opponent is attempting to cast something. You like Selfless here? Then they just Teferi bounce one. I'm gonna skip that. I don't think that's correct. I'm playing the counter magic to play on their turn, not on my turn. No, there's no path in the format. This is a Planeswalker almost guaranteed. Alright. So no Planeswalker, we'll just put a Sailor into play. I fear Narset, I fear Teferi. I'm behind my opponent, so I have to play passively versus my opponent. Now I have 2 damage on board versus 3. I don't think it matters here, and we can just play very passively. Don't I kill them? Like, I almost just let this resolve. Don't I kill them on attack? They just bounce this. I guess that's fair. I mean, I don't know. I don't want them to tempo me like that. We'll allow this to resolve. We can return this to hand at end step with Brazen Borrow and leave up Spell Pierce. Opponent's running out of things to do. I wonder if this works. If you could do that. On an adventure we go. We're gonna get our creature back. They're like, dang it. I get their creature back. Do I counter this? That's what my opponent's asking themselves. The answer should be no, obviously. Okay, now we're looking hot. Let's play at their end step. You. And me. And you. And me. So they could replay this if they'd like to. I will allow this to resolve again. That's fine. If you counter an adventure, it is still exiled, or does it go to the graveyard? It goes to the graveyard. I sort of want to counter this. I think this is the best Spell Pierce we've got. My opponent's digging for stuff. They played their turn where they played a Seal Away. At end step, we can play a Brazen Borrower if we'd like. Could have countered with this dude, too. I think we're in good shape. Good shapes. Let's go ahead and cast this guy out. It's a Fairy Rogue. Can't do that. Need double blue. We're cool like that. Alright, let's shock this in here. I should bounce my creature in response to the Seal Away. That's what I'm talking about. Them plays. Search for Azcanta here. That resolves. That's fine. Return an opponent controls. Alright. Let's get the proper side here. Alright. Double Spell Queller, Selfless Spirits. Just hit for 4. Play it nice and slow here. We're in a great spot against our control opponent. I don't care about the search for his content. Obviously filters for them a little bit here. Well, that's fine. Supreme Verdict. I say no. I say no. Do they have a counter? It's gotta be blue for a counter, right? Come on. I gobble this up. Into the lantern. Counter. It's what it sounds like when it gets sucked up into the spell. Just like that. Boom. It's gone. Tastes delicious. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lord Effect wins it here. Apparently, the Record and MTG Bot are just not friends. Also, fun fact, so Dog lays on the floor versus Beanbag. Yeah, we're currently 4-1. Lord Effect wins it here. Yeah, it's pretty cold out though. She'll shift back to it over some time. Alright, I'll just name a spirit here. I'm thinking I should just play the Selfless Spirit down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably should have done that before attacking. So if they have like a way to get this Supreme Verdict back, I'm covered. So I should be hitting for an extra point there. That's all right. I'm aware. I'm aware. I stated my punt. You can learn now over my mistake, and you'll get that extra point of damage in. Cool. All right, back to eating. Back to eating my lunch. It's lukewarm now. That's a W. You are here to learn from my mistakes. I put in the repetitions. You watch the repetitions. You go slam it at FNM. That's why we're here. Oh. Bouncy, bouncy. GG's indeed. GG's indeed. That puts us at 5-1. Figuring out Pioneer slowly but surely. Playing some blue-white spirits. And let's update this to 5-1. So that did a number on us. All right, we got the draw, or the play. Definitely play. Ooh, this is not a good hand. Well, we have one draw to find a land. If we don't find the land, we don't do anything. The fact that we don't have our blue land is probably not good either. We'll probably have to mull this. Gotta look for something better. That bite tasted really off and really bad. We just spit that out. We'll mulligan this. All right. This is a lot better. We'll go ahead and keep this. Wondering what I need to play here. I could ditch Borrower. I could actually just ditch Favorable Winds too. Favorable Winds is an Anthem. Ditch Rattle. Definitely want to keep Spellcaller. I think I'm leaning towards keeping Smuggler. I feel like Rattle's too good. Honestly, I think it's just Favorable Winds, guys. It's a one of. It's a one of. I still have 8 Anthem effects later. I think it's just Winds. Tempo them out. We're playing a tempo deck. I think it's silly not to. Go ahead, opponent. Once upon a time. All right, we are against some green variant of a deck here. Gets Atlanta War Elves. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and play Smuggler's Copter down here past turn. We're gonna need to loot into a another draw here if we whiff. Oath of Nissa picks up a Llanowar Elf. Nykthos. Okay. So I could play Spectral Sailor here, do Lootin' Scootin', try to hit Brazen Borrow here. And if I do that, I can either bounce something and or play another spell here. I'm pretty confident I'm going to hit a land off the top. If I just play Selfless Spirit, I'm just getting in. I guess if I play Selfless Spirit here, then I'm getting in, but I'm not bouncing this. We have what? 3, 4. I guess if I play Selfless Spirit here, I get this, and if I get a land, I can play Sailor anyway. Oath of Nissa is a really good devotion card. So tap, tap. This makes 1, 2, 3 currently. 4, 5 if they have another. Alright, let's go with Selfless Spirit here. Crew properly this time. Swing, definitely looting here, trying to hit a land. Alright, we missed our land here. Probably just ditch a 1-drop here. We'll ditch a 1-drop. Okay. Llanowar Elves, number 3. Where's my deputy? 4 mana. Polukranos. Polukranos. Let's go crewing. Swinging. Alright, I hit my land finally. I think I can get rid of Wander here. We might be bouncing this guy. We can also leave up Spell Queller here. And we have Rattle Chains for the fighting. How many times do I need to bounce here to win? Keep Wanderer as a just in case. I'm not counting X spells. Yeah, but I can counter this. It's not an X spell. There's not that many X spells they're playing. That's what I'm thinking. Wander and hold up. Brazen Borrower. I only get to do it once, though. Where if I kind of get to do it twice here, it might be pretty good. They have too much mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm going to get rid of the Wanderer. Get rid of the Wanderer. Play the land down here. We'll just go here. Nissa. Nissa resolves. An oath. Resolves. Carasis. I see where I messed up here briefly. We could have bounced Nissa here to prevent Hydra Crasis here. It's not too late to bounce it. We still can bounce it. This is 8-8, right? How do we want to tackle this? Let's bounce Pelucanos. Go to our turn. Bonus Spell Queller here. This is game 1, yes. Oh, the flying and trample is under the text. Well, that's fine. Thanks. That's a bit frustrating. I read the first parts here. Usually flying and all that's above. What I get for not playing standard. Well, let's see what else they play here. We all warned me. That's fair. not always reading chat as we're focusing on the game. I don't know if we have a chance here anymore. Too many creatures. Another Llanowar Elves. I'm liking my deputy options here. I don't have deputy. Yeah, I would deputy this. It would come back as a 0/0. Deputy's not in the main, though. Let's go ahead and concede. Let's go to our next game. We're too far behind. All right. So, what can we do here? Pithing Needle could be useful for Nissa. You're suing me for dog cam theft? So Sky Tether doesn't seem to be where we want to be again. I think Deputy, Dovin, and Pithing Needle are most interesting to me. They have a lot of creature spells, so targeting a non-creature spell is unlikely. They also have a lot of mana, so Dispute might not work. Spell Pierce will do nothing against Graces. What do we not like here? I mean, does Teferi really do a whole lot? I don't think Teferi does enough. Dispute for Oko? Well, we didn't see Oko. I have the Pithing Needles for Oko. I have Deputy. We're good on that. I like Azorius Charm as a tempo play. I almost want to take out like one Spell Queller. A lot of their spells are fairly large. Bring in Deputies, Dovin, Pithing Needles. Nope, we don't have Disdainful Stroke. I feel like this needs to go. Would open up our sideboard. An extra card. Veto, Deputy, Pithing Needle. Authority is for Saheeli Cat combo. We'll submit this. I could see where maybe a Spell Pierce would be beneficial for Nissa. We'll see them. Alright, I have my Pithing Needle, but I don't have a second land again. Running into problems with not having the second lands. You don't like that I've removed some Teferis? That was the only removal I removed. There's a lot of 3-drops here. Pithing Needle's nice. I think I got a mulligan, though. We got to be faster than trying to hopefully draw some lands here. Eh. Not like this deck. Not like this. I don't play anything for turns here. Let's just mulligan again. I need blue. I don't think I can go to 4. I really don't think I can. I don't think I can go to 4 here. I asked for blue. I got everything. So much blue. I have the lands. We have an Anthem effect too. Alright, I'm gonna keep. It's a bit greedy, I suppose, to keep this. A bit greedy. As long as I draw only threats here, then we'll be in great shape. No threats, though. It's not going to be a game. Well... Sylvan Caryatid. No follow-up. Alright. It's a card. When it rains, it pours. We have an emote for that. Some of our subs should be spamming that emote. I can't counter a Llanowar Elf. I just can't. I'd almost rather just flash in and blow this guy up. You like that counter there? Is it because this is now Nissa mana? They had 4 mana. This looks so bad now after the fact. Looks pretty bad after the effect. All right, Nissa. Well, we have a board presence. I fly over a lot of stuff. They do have a ton of mana, though. Hope for no Krasis. Leyline of Abundance. Well, everything was going well until this match. 9 mana. Oh yeah, it's a lot of mana. It's a lot. 11 mana. $13. Why did I let the devotion deck get devotion? Because this isn't a threat. We're also fairly new to the to the meta. Fairly new. Also went to 5 and had favorable wins in lands, making it hard to go any further. Not to mention we keep drawing lands. I think we're dead on board, but I could be wrong. Well, we gotta lose some. We gotta lose some. Looks like we're gonna be 5-2 here after 7 rounds. We drew one of our sideboard cards, I believe. This is a pretty easy... Oh, they're not trying to kill me here yet. Now we have an elk. There's Oko. Ah, well. You spun your wheel too long? Well, we had to mull to 5 on this one. I'm going to chalk a little bit of that up to mulling to 5. Alright, they're going to make Walking Ballista a little bit bigger here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage here. 9, 14. Why wouldn't they swing in with Walking Ballista? I don't understand. So for Ballista and for Krasis, Spell Pierce would do nothing. For the Planeswalker, yes, that makes sense. But for the other two, it won't do anything. Nothing. Nada. Not a thing. Alright, well, it's good to be aware of the... Not straight green. This has got some blue in it for this dude. Like, even if they tapped out, it won't do anything. Yeah, Spell Pierce is non-creature. Non-creature. Is that a rip to the top 8? Put all of our hopes and dreams in the in that basket. It's probably a rip to top 8, but let's be clear. We're going for the top 32. We're going for top 32. That is our goal. I'll be very happy if that's what we get. I'm a little surprised why they haven't just upticked that. Oh no, they can't anymore. What does top 32 get me? Satisfaction that I did a decent job at playing Magic in a format that is brand new. Yeah, Disdainful Stroke will be good against the big mana decks. We'll probably need that as an option. What about chests? Oh, I have no idea. Who cares about chests? I don't know. I'll go look. You told me to play Green Devotion? The deck we had the most winning percentage prior to playing in the challenge was actually Blue-White Spirits. Green Devotion came in second, though. Green Devotion came in second. Alright, that puts us at 5-2. Prizes, top 32 gets some play points. Get your stuff back. Get your stuff back. That's what it gets. Round 8 in 5 seconds. Good talk. Let's play some Magic. We're 5-2. 5-2. We're against this dude up here that's 6-1. I think. No, we're against Aspiring Spike. Someone said this was going to be a bad matchup. Let's find out.
$49. This package also includes a free dryer vent cleaning and a free furnace inspection if it's been more than 2 years since you cleaned your air ducts.
Since it's been more than 2 years since cleaning the air ducts. You don't know which side to watch from? What are good, bad spirit matchups so far? I'll leave that to more spirit expert. Big mana, though, seem to be a problem. Clean them air ducts. All right, we have a turn 2, a turn 2, a bunch of turn 3s here. You got to hit a land. I like this hand reasonably enough. Obviously, it's a bunch of unclaimed territories here, a little bit awkward in terms of mana base. This obviously doesn't come down just yet. So we have one dead card, but we have some really positive 3 drops. We have the draw and... Oh, no. Oh, no. Hello? The pharmacy is calling me. But I don't have a pharmacy thing. We're unmuted, right? Good, 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 good. Why am I getting so many calls? What is this? All right, Jace Vryn Prodigy. We'll go ahead and play our sailor here. Let's continue to name spirit here. Let's go ahead and Supreme Phantom. The hope is that I do hit one more land here. Jace, doing the looting. Doing the looting. Alright, JC. JC boy. Oh, doesn't want the Oko. Who wants an Oko here? Abrupt Decay? Land. Yes, we did it! In we go for 1. Let's counter something. We did it! I want to try out the Saheeli combo in the format when I can afford it. I did alright with it. I think I need more practice. 4 mana. No. Countered. Land? Alright, so we hit a land here. If they loot with Jace, that'll put 4 in the yard. Don't tap out yet? Like, I understand that. But I don't want to. Alright, we're gonna just attack. Just attack here. End step, we can draw something here. Fabled Passage is gonna make Jace a thing. They die with 1 more Spell Queller. We'll see about that. They're gonna flashback an Abrupt Decay here. Looks like it. Well, they go after my Spell Queller. I'm going to counter this. And don't have anything, please. Scavenging Ooze. It's a looter scooter. Alright. Let's just fly over with Supreme and favorable winds, right? Yeah, looks like it. Puts them to 3. Four, 8, 9, 10, 11. It does put them to 3. I'm probably just supposed to attack them. Do I care about you? Removal spell removes this, gets a Kalitas, has this and this to deal with. We have this. If I tag this, I get them 8, gets them to 6. Looter is. Can be, yeah, over some time. They remove this with an Abrupt Decay from hand. Then they remove this. Those go to the yard. They down tick and they can remove this. Then I have a 1/1. I feel like I've got to go after Jace here. Removed, removed. Removed. Let's go after all of them. Put them to 3. Just hope they don't have any way to get Kalitas back. Draw Jace in case they do. Yeah. We'll see. There's the Abrupt Decay. They get an Abrupt Decay back. They're going to go after Spell Queller here. Then they can down tick Jace here. An Abrupt Decay again. And then they can eat something as well. Blue-black. Drown. And down and ticks. Well, that one card was good enough. Let's play Teferi here, draw a card. I can't have them gaining life. I think we lose because we didn't kill Jace there. They'll replay Kalitas here. They'll just uptick here. They downtick. Oh, they have a land too. They kill our creature. Swing it at Teferi. Play Smuggler here. Let's play Selfless Spirit. Pass the turn. I can boot up Copter and block Kalitas, although it's not an ideal spot because they can sack. They're probably gonna sack here. At least I get to block here and maybe do a loot, possibly. Let's go ahead and loot. Get rid of that. Meets a creature. Alright. That makes them wide enough that they get to kill me. I get to play one creature here. That was rough. That was rough. Okay. So they have blue cards, Spell Pierce, Mystical Dispute here. They have a lot of removal as well. Hey, thank you for the follow. Sky Tether is kind of interesting because I could make something just not be able to attack. Rattle Chains is a must. Favorable Winds doesn't feel good here. Let's bring Mystical Dispute in for these three. We can counter just some other spells. We're gonna be on the play. Can't counter Abrupt Decay, but we can counter just some creatures, other things like that. Alright. Give this a shot. Down a game against Bug. I like to play first. Absolutely. We'll keep a looser hand here. Teferi will hopefully be able to time walk them a little bit if they're going that Jace route again. We have an Anthem. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. All right. Basic island for our opponent. Go ahead and flash in our... That's totally fine. That is absolutely fine. Go ahead and play a Selfless Spirit here, pass turn. Little Jace. Gonna go ahead and play a Teferi here and bounce Little Jace. This is what I was talking about, time walking them a little bit. Replays Jace. Now they can go get green mana. They do. Alright, this goes up. We can play Mutavault now. Play Wanderer. We're gonna just overcommit here. Gonna overcommit here a little bit. Bounce, you must be a little bit behind. We sped up our play slightly here. I like the position we're in. We have plenty of lands. They get rid of an Oko here. Shocking in. Abrupt Decays our Eagle. We could sacrifice Selfless Spirit to keep this alive. This might be worth a save here. Let's go ahead and look to save it. Scavenging Ooze. Alright, so we have a Scavenging Ooze to beat. I think we just run everything out there. I know we can kind of play the whole, oh, look at us. But I'm just not going to do that. We're just going to swing with the team. Just swing with the team, do as much damage as I can here. I have another Selfless Spirit for the Abrupt Decay off of a Jace. Swapping here I'm pretty happy with. They're trying to keep their life total alive. I like that because they can eat these, but I don't think they have... They're worried. Let's just put it that way. They're worried. Might be cashing into Teferi, who knows. Alright, so we're going to get what? Abrupt Decayed again? Let's do the save again. Another Scavenging Ooze. Makes this smaller. It's gonna have to be Bounce Jace here. Bounce Jace win? I don't know if we win, but we're definitely gonna have to... you can't Bounce Jace. I think we have to bounce like Scavenging Ooze though, because they'll gain life. You can bounce artifact, creature, and enchantment, not planeswalkers. I can't bounce Jace. I feel like I have to just maybe get rid of Ooze here. Cash this in for something. For another creature maybe. The dog cam, yeah. Jace killed us last time. I hate having to attack Jace here. We're also flooding out, unfortunately. So I can't even counter Skoos here. I shocked in the Hallowed Fountain kind of to give them a little bit of a concern, hopefully. So they Abrupt Decay our Eagle. That makes this a 1-1. Bird is a 0-3. Alright, we needed that one turn earlier. Well, it's got to be a Spell Queller here. Kill Jace. Play our land. Name Spirit. Pass the turn. Alright, land for our opponent. Scavenging Ooze I can't counter here. So we'll just let that resolve. Try to hit whatever the second spell is. Looks good there. Happy to counter that one. Alright, I gotta beat a scavenging ooze. That's a start. Is this enough? It's not quite. Down to 2. What do they have off to the top? Slick Rick, this is round 8? Alright, that was a close one. A lot of abrupt decays to get through. A lot of them. 1-1. Let's see if we can win this. A lot of abrupt decays. How do we win this? We might need the needle. You're probably correct. The counters mattered. I still think Azorius Charm's alright. I think Smuggler Copter could go. One of. And maybe just one of these sailors. Maybe a Mausoleum Wanderer. Modern deck minus Vial is good. It's doing alright. These just turn them into defenders too. So it's a pacifism essentially for us. It's something to be aware of. Feeling like I want this Wanderer here. Maybe I just ditch another Smuggler Copter. Because we have to put it, we have to build into it. Maybe it's like this. Ditch Charm. Charm's a way to bounce problematic things like Kalitas. Also draws cards. And we can gain lifelink as well, which might need. You don't need to bounce. Exile, then draw removal. Alright. Alright, we'll ditch a bunch of 2s for 2, 4, 6, 8 mana for 8 mana. Keep the curve. Go down and Dispute for a Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce doesn't hit creatures. That's why we're running Dispute. Oh, guys, I can't give this one away. We're gonna keep this. I have to draw a land. But we have 2 draws at it. This is good. All right. There's Jace again. We can also bounce Jace after a loot or so, but we'll probably play Rattle Chains at end step. We'll see. We'll see. There goes Scavenging Ooze. Oh, go. Why are you here? Let's do this. We're going to go ahead and Rattle Chains here. Give it protection, hexproof, and see if they just want to do up 1. They don't do up 1. So I got to beat an Oko here. Missed our land drop. Alright, let's attack Oko here. Keep Oko a little bit more in check. We'll leave up Rattle Chains here. I also have the Brazen Borrower. We have an extremely powerful hand. Target spirit gains hexproof. Tax us for 3. Noting they haven't used Jace yet. Fable Passage. Gosh. Wonder if I'm supposed to bounce Kalitas here. If I bounce Kalitas at end step, if I bounce it and then have like Deputy next, I can play Spell Quellers and Deputies and yeah, but we're looking to bounce here with the intention of just pinging this a little bit, bouncing this, and we're basically trying to play towards our land. We have to assume at some point we're going to draw our land. I'm going to bounce. I'm going to bounce Kalitas here because we're going to allow Kalitas to resolve with a Deputy of Detention. Nice. Alright. We'll tickle Oko again. So now I have the Spell Queller here. Could also just Fairy. We'll leave Spell Queller open here. Jace loots. Detention Jace. Not this turn, next turn. They get rid of their Kalitas. It's kind of an interesting one there. We can Spell Queller a spell here so it doesn't go to the yard for Jace. They also pitched a Kalitas. Doesn't mean they don't have a second one. Alright. Using Jace. So we have a turn here with Jace just being a little turd. I'm wondering if I should just wander here and Rattle Chains to put as much on the battlefield as possible. Why would I detention the food? If I Wanderer here and Rattle Chains. It puts the most pressure, uses the most efficient of mana. This gives them a window to go ahead and just like Abrupt Decay something if they want to. I kind of like to open this window up for them. Maybe make them miss here. Protect the other Rattle Chains. There we go. And a Hero's Downfall, that's fine. Wanderer grows a lot better here. They're going to Abrupt Decay as well? And they Abrupt Decay. Alright. Sweet. So we tickle Oko here. And Deputy Detention Jace. Looks like. We have a lot more cards than them, that's for sure. We need Jace not to be a threat here. We'll battle Oko. We'll battle the great Oko. No actions from us. We'll hope they don't have any big slammy-jammies. Oh. We're putting into Jace, Dig through dime. Can't counter that anyway. I know Oko can just Elk. What else am I supposed to do against Oko, though? I don't really have anything else to do against Oko, right? Fatal pushes Wanderer there. And a Scavenging Ooze. And makes an Elk. Attacks. I believe I have to take this. I don't know what to do. They can gain 3 life through the Scavenging Ooze. We could play Teferi and uptick it. If I could just get ahead of Oko, it'd be fine, but I can't get ahead of Oko. Needle OP. If we find a needle here, it'd be great. We don't. Hey, thank you for the follow-up. So they have 7 damage they can do here. Next turn he just Okos and then we're dead. Swaps with the creature. Possible 6 damage. Possible 7. Alright, so they destroy the creature. They eat 2 things with the ooze. We get hit for 7. I don't have a board wipe. That's gonna do it. Oh, it's 8 exactly. Where'd they get the last green mana? What'd they do there? What did they do? Oh, they turned it into an elk. They turned it into an elk. Yeah, elk with 2 counters. Just didn't get ahead of our bug opponent. That's a shame. That's a shame. Alright, well, we don't have a lot of time between now and the next round, so we'll just put this up. Update that we are now 5-3. We have 1 round left, it looks. And more than likely, we'll just go ahead and upload this stream to YouTube, so it'll be there for a reference. Just something for people to check back on if they wanted to watch any of the games. 9 rounds, though. That's a lot of rounds, guys. That's a lot of rounds. Maybe we'll play a little Reanimator at the end. All right, we get the draw. Let's do it. Good hands, good hands. Come on. One drop, one drop. Favorable wins. We do have a draw, too. It's a relatively fast hand. Unknown opponent. Not much else interaction-wise. We top deck a plains, or sorry, not plains, a Hallowed Fountain. That would be good. We'll go ahead and keep unknown opponent, so make it work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. The beast. The beast. Green Devotion. It's a good sign. All right. So I can play a favorable wins here. We can't play the Enchantment Lord. That is physically impossible to play here. So we'll be playing another Sailor here. Then probably the Eagle and then favorable wins. Freakazoid, how's it going? We have the dog on the camera. I can't Lord Enchantment. It is physically impossible to play. Did you pioneer a mono red prison light deck already? Vesper Lark. There's no prison. Next 2 turns. Yeah. Sorry, it's just unclear. Let's see if they hit their land drop here. Just don't be a Nykthos land, please. Ah, shoot me. Mystic. Nykthos. Caryatid. Goodness. Well, it doesn't matter. They have all the mana they need. Go to our turn. All right. Let's play Ramping Bird. And hit for 2. 4. We just have to hope they don't have something ridiculously overpowered here in terms of creatures. We can then play Favorable and Wander here. We'll see. I'd like to take game 1 here. I really need game 1 here. Makes 5 mana. Six mana, 7 mana, 8 mana. Wanderer gives power if Lord after. It's fair. Turn 4, and we have a 6/6 flyer here that we've got to beat. Play Wanderer out here. We'll probably play the Lord Eagle as well. We have to top deck something really good. I'm going to not attack. A favorable wins here. If they do something really strange with their Crisis and attack. Maybe something. Dog cam's here, yeah. Odysseus, what's up? We are 5-3. We're trying to beat this last person here. Though if they play another Hydroid Krasis, I don't know how I'm beating them. Yeah, this has reach. Well, it has Flying Trample. Oh boy. Oh boy. Untaps a forest. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I mean, we're representing 15 damage here. If I get another Lord effect, then this would be 5, 10, 15, 20. So it's kind of okay to have held back here, because if I get a second Lord effect, we might have something. Leyline of Abundance. A Brazen would potentially win it, yes. Brazen will win it. Teferi will win it. Our removal spell will win it. Double Lord, or a second Lord will win it. I mean, I've got options. I say they'll win it. They'll win it currently. Oh gosh. Whisperwood. Can we calm down? Well, they're not attacking here, obviously. Come on. Good card off the top. Come on. Shoot me in the foot. So if I play this, he blocks one of these, and it's 4, 8, 12, 16. I put them to 2. It's lethal the turn after, sort of, yes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Their devotion is 10 currently. This would make 10 mana. Use to go to 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 22, 21, 8, 16, 24. So they can do this twice. Do that twice. 5 plus 8 is 13, 17, 20, 19. And then these attack. I'm going to play a land here, or play the favorable winds in past turn. I see what you guys are saying about drawing a card. But we're going to represent that I have Spell Queller here. And then on my turn, I can still draw a card if I needed to. We're basically giving them the opportunity to just slam my face in, though. I could draw an Anthem. I could. 12? This wasn't 12. This was 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, because this is 2. Polukranos. They're going to eat one of my guys here. They're putting it all into Polukranos. Yeah, a few settles would probably help. No, we're dead here, guys. Got nothing for those. We have a 15-15 over here. We take 10 here. What else do they have? The ley line's super busted. I don't know what else they're doing here. Oh, another Hydrochaeresis. Alright. You got us, opponent. My little creatures can't battle your big creatures. Alright. Needles in. Deputies in. We played Disputes last time. It's funny because Sky Tether actually gets rid of the Krasis, which has been a problem card for us. If I stationary, would eat or damage go off? I don't think so because I thought it was a fighter. Alright. Copter's out, Charm out. For starters. That's these four. I kind of want to take the 2 Sky Tethers out for 2 Mysticals. They do seem to dump a lot of their mana into Krasis, so it gives us that shot at countering it. And if we randomly have 3 mana up, we can counter like Nissa as well. I want to keep my favorable wins in. If anything, the Wanderer is almost not worth just a 1 slot here. It does grow. I think I might just take 1 Sailor out for 1 more removals or counter spell. I'm not going to worry about Dovin's Veto. I think we brought that in last time. Alright. Let's get a good hand. Is this a good hand? Probably not. It can counter anything. I don't think it's good enough. We have a lot of 1-drops and 2-drops. We need to be doing something before turn 1. Or before turn 2, probably. Mulligan. Alright, this is a lot better. I think we can ditch Teferi here. Keep, ditch Teferi, start pouring some stuff out. You want to ditch a creature that could attack in a game that we need to race. I'm going to ditch the Teferi. I'm going to play Port Town in, untapped, and pass. Well, this is the second time we've played the match, so maybe we've learned something from the first time. We'll see. Alright. You have 3 2-drops now? I have 3 2-drops. Let's go ahead and play a Supreme Phantom out and pass turn. We'll give them the shot at Oko here. I don't think I am winning by just sitting here with just mana up. Perfect. All right. Unclaimed territory. We'll play on a spirit. We get to attack in for 1. We get to mystical dispute their Nissa that they have here. And hopefully from there we can win. Why would I Lord? So you literally said last time we played Devotion to not let them play Nissa here. Why would we play Lord and let them Nissa this? Makes no sense. Countered. Another elf. Let's go ahead and shock in here. Let's play Supreme Phantom and Selfless Spirit here. We don't have a counter. I'm not going to sit here and pretend when I don't have one. I need to do some damage here. All right. That's as good as it's going to get here. We'll see what they can put here. There's 4, there's 5, there's 6, there's 7, there's 8. Oh my gosh. Well, we're not making top 32, that's for sure. Okay. I get a chance here. Minimal. But a chance, I suppose. Let's go ahead and attack. I guess I'll attack Ugin here. I draw the dispute 1 turn later. Just magic things. I'm surprised they didn't just exile. It's exile for 2 versus going up here with Ugin. That seems silly, in my opinion. Let's see if they play around Mystical Dispute here. They do. What's this Hydra do? Enters the battlefield, choose 1. Double or fight. Gosh. Doesn't matter. I just try to counter this. They pay for it. This pops down, kills this, shoots this, and now I'm against a 4/5 and a bunch of 1/1s. Alright, we're going to need Disdainful Stroke. I actually think I want to run this after the challenge and just play with Disdainful Stroke in. This is good games, though. That's a big rip, isn't it? It's a big rip, isn't it? Gosh, Ugin out of nowhere here. This is trample, too. Oh, boy. Blowing up in flames. Well, Green Devotion beat us twice. That is some of our losses. Pithing Needle is the next draw. Let's assume that I would have done this. Drew played the land and Pithing Needled this. Then they attack me for 4. I go to 7. 4, 7. Let's assume they don't attack with these for some reason. Then I get a Rattle Chains. They can attack for 4 again. Goes to 3. I can block some of it. Let's assume I block 2 of it. I go to 5. Then I draw an island. Bummer. Bummer. Dog disapproves. That's the challenge, though. That is the challenge. We played Blue White Spirits in the challenge.